Take a look at this Bucks County Senate race. It was McCormick, and now it flipped Bob Casey. It's not going to change the results. And I think the New York Times hasn't even called the Senate race, to be completely honest. Yeah, the New York Times won't call it, despite the fact that Casey cannot win. So now the New York Times is actually counting what everyone knows to be illegal ballots.
Yes.
This number should not be inverted. The New York Times should not be calculating illegal ballots the Supreme Court of PA said do not count. That's wild that they're doing this.
And that lady says she was going to count the illegal votes just to make sure that the higher courts pay attention to it. Well, if we get our DOJ in there, they're going to definitely pay attention to it. And
well, not if. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if Donald Trump will be inaugurated and, like, there's going to be someone that's going to be the
she's going to get her wish.
Have this really bad habit of doing this. Okay, that's all in the past. We're all going to look forward now to the future. We're going to let all of this go. They have a bad habit of doing this.
New world.
I understand what you're saying, but I do think that, especially the people around Trump, like Trump is looking to go in and get rid of a lot of the corruption. That is the mandate, as far as I can tell. That's the mandate that he's got to get in and drain the swamp. He said that he was going to do it in his first term. Thank you. But he obviously wasn't prepared to do it because he didn't understand how the government worked, how deep the rot went, etc. Now he's got significantly more information. He's much wiser. He's not nearly as naive as he was. Now, again, I'm not saying that he's going to be perfectly successful, but there is going to be an actual, I believe that there's going to be an actual real attempt that's not just like, oh, I'm going to go in there and fire everybody. I think that the last 4 years that he's had without being the president, I think it's all very good that that happened, honestly. As much as people want to say, 2020 was...
I agree.
Was unfairly decided. It's good that he had that happen because he had not just to see what they did when he was in office, but the way that they treated him and the things that they've tried to do since he was out of office.
Well, he doesn't have anything to lose.
No, nothing to lose.
He has nothing to lose at this point. In the next 4 years, he's got 4 years to basically get rid of these scumbags who have done this.
He's got 18 months. 18 months. He has 18 months. He doesn't have 4 years because once the midterm, the races for the midterms start, he's not going to get any kind of support from Congress.
Yep. Unless there's not a flip.
Fair enough, but you don't know, and so he's got it. But he has to get it done as soon as possible.
And I would agree with you because we were talking with I can't remember who had on the show. They said
Roger Stone, right?
No, Roger Stone was not on the show for a minute. Once you get to the midterm cycle, a lot of these squishy Republicans are going to be too scared to take these actions because they'll lose. However, I'm going to make the argument now that I don't know is a guarantee, but I think right now the shape of this country is if Republicans try and play that game, they'll lose no matter what. If Republicans play the I'm not going to do anything, they lose. Goodbye. Because no Republican will vote for you. So if you're a Republican, you want to win, the only option you have is to get behind the popular agenda. Because if time comes and you say, look, I'm in a moderate district, so I'm not going to support Trump's agenda and hope I can win Democrat votes, every Republican they'll primary you. They'll be like, you are done, and we're going to get someone else to run against you.
We are sick and tired of them sitting on their hands writing strongly worded letters.
Well, yeah, but the threat is primary. He's got to get as much done as possible as long as there is the capacity to primary the people that decide they're not going to go along with him.
Well, we never primary anybody.
No, but the point is that there's a lot of people that are ready to do it, and there's money to do it too because Elon Musk said that his America PAC will fund primary challenges. So get on board, Republicans. Again, Donald Trump has 18 months, and if you're going to inhibit what the American people have voted for, which is to do as much damage to the corrupt people in the bureaucracy, in the entrenched bureaucracy, get as many of the corrupt people out of there and put them in jail. If you're going to stand in the way, you're going to get primaried. That's not. There's no question about that. Musk's got a boatload of money in the America PAC, and they're going to be watching for people that don't fall in line to support the agenda.
Musk has a massive
motivation.
He has a massive information machine.
Yeah.
So I mean, the idea here is that working in tandem with Trump, that they can identify who these people are, so that the Justice Department can go after them and the American people are informed of what's happening.
And because of X and because of people like Tim and this show here and stuff, these elected officials they're going to be put on blast. Like if we get wind of it, someone that's been hindering the efforts to actually get the corrupt people. Again, we're not trying to go after people that are innocent or just trying to mess with people just to mess with people. If you're hindering,
how many of them are innocent though?
Fair enough. But the point being is I don't want to sound like we're just looking to get the Democrats. I want people to understand that we're after the corrupt. There's plenty of people that are corrupt, and I agree with you. You know, more corruption than not corrupt. But the point is, shows like this, people like Elon Musk, platforms like X make it impossible to hide. Impossible to hide. If you're not falling in line with the Trump agenda, and you're just looking to pad your re-election, you're going to get primary.
Well, if he makes that if he makes it a priority, immediate priority to go after the same people who were responsible for what happened to these people on January 6th, throwing them in jail, not giving them fair trials, none of this. If he really moves towards an agenda like that, then I think he'll be extremely popular immediately.
I think so,
and he'll keep that momentum going. But if he does the same shit that we saw last time, where it's the forgive and forget, or just looking forward, he's done.
I think we're getting way more.
Gates already. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Like, if he chose somebody else, you know, I hear Ratcliffe. I'm like, okay, you know, all right. I was hoping for Kash Patel, but maybe Kash will be FBI director.
Gates wants blood.
Yeah. So
Gates
when he said Gates, I was sitting on my phone and I'm scrolling and my eyes are half closed. I can't remember what time the announcement came out. I just started yelling and I like ran to Allison and I was like,
she's like, why are you yelling?
Crap! Yeah, she was like, what's going on? I was like, because first I saw Tulsi Gabbard and I was like, all right, Tulsi Gabbard, DNI, let's go. Then I saw Matt Gaetz and I was like, oh. So Trump.
Are we going to see a Rand Paul audit the Fed?
Oh, dude.
Are we going to see it?
Know.
Are we going to see a Rand Paul audit the Fed?
I don't know.
He could be part of Doge. I
mean, Mike Johnson's in Trump's entourage at UFC.
That's kind of weird, but yeah, I guess it means a lot.
Yet, Trump can get Gates in through a recess appointment as long as Mike Johnson says, I want to adjourn. Senate says no. Trump says, Article 2, what is it? Article 2, Section 3, I think. He says, you're hereby adjourned. Then I will appoint through recess for the next year, Matt Gaetz as AG, have fun. Mike Johnson being there with him on the plane, leaning over as they're in McDonald's. He's in the entourage.
That's a big
It's like you're bringing a nerdy kid into your cool club.
Not only that, but what that is doing is it is messaging to Congress.
Yeah.
It is messaging to Congress. He is saying, as the Speaker of the House, I am on board with the president's agenda. So you are going to have to get on board. And the guy that John Cornyn, I think, is the guy that's the new Thune. Yeah, Thune. So I don't know the whole deal, but I retweeted a thread about some of the backroom deals, and the point of getting Thune was to actually get things like to make it so that way you could get amendments back in bills, because Congress has been voting on bills without amendments for ages and ages and ages, and they're trying to undo the damage that's been done by making everything vote on the whole bill. And if you can get actual amendments back into the bill, then you can get the Senate to have the power and the position back that it was supposed to have. And that's another thing that will help get the Trump agenda.
Well, I don't trust Senate, but don't matter.
Sure.
I think, you know, bill-wise and legislatively, these things can be undone. Who knows? It'll be good. Fine. We need proof of citizenship for federal elections. See, I think there's a deal component with Trump and Mike Johnson where he says, look, Matt Gaetz didn't want you. Matt Gaetz wanted Jim Jordan or somebody else. He obstructed. He led the charge. We'll take him out of your hair. He tells the NRCC, Matt Gaetz, Trump goes, look, Matt Gaetz will no longer be an issue for you. He's going to be my AG. So long as you guys agree to either help him get in or recess appointments. Then Matt Gaetz is out of Congress, and no one's going to get in the way of the NRCC and who they want for their leadership. And they're probably like,
great.
Good deal.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, okay. So they're probably thinking, fine, you can have Gaetz. Take him. We don't want him. And then the rest of us are like, ah! Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.